Shame. Shame.
I wish we could choose who our baby fathers are. You're tuned in for those in the cheap seats. Tonight, I want to talk about what you see on the screen, right? This young woman believes that when she has a child, and if the father is a person who is not a stand-up guy, that she had no choice in the matter who became her children's father. Don't believe me? Read it again. I thought it was a joke at first. Someone who supports the channel sent this to me. I thought it was a joke at first, and then I realized she wasn't joking, she was being serious. And I was like, yeah, wait a minute, this is serious? You think that you don't have autonomy over your body and who you decide to let lay down with you and then procreate to make a child. You honestly believe you have no say in that. She believes that it's just happenstance who her children's father become. It's happenstance that this guy turns out to be a bad guy and she had nothing to do with it. Really? Is this a new road we're going down now? The lack of accountability road has gotten this far into the weeds where you believe that when you have a child, you had no say in the matter of that man becoming the father of your children? Can't believe this, man. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this stuff up. She was dead serious. She honestly believes that she had no choice in the matter of who became the father of her children, who she sired those children with. Now. So let me ask you this question. When you're out on the dating market and you have these preferences, you have these quote unquote standards, the guy has to be tall, the guy has to have swagger, the guy has to be good in bed, the guy has to have a six-pack. He tickles your lady parts. You get it on with this man without properly vetting him. You do all of these things in this contentious relationship because we know the relationship is not gonna last, because you think having a child is easier than marriage. So you're laying up having unprotected sex. You know that a child can be sired from this union. You have this baby, then this guy is not a stand-up father. He doesn't have enough resources to make sure this child has a decent life and grows up and be reared into a home where this child can be a successful, productive adult. You have to do it now all on your own. And we know by the stats that single motherhood produces some of the most atrocious people we can see. And you want us to now step back and say, yeah, you're right. You had nothing to do with the choice in the matter of who you laid up with and who became your child's father. Let me ask you this question. When he was getting it, giving it to you raw, when you was enjoying all of that, blowing your back out, one time did it cross your mind that this guy might make a baby with you? You're telling me that at any point you didn't think that a child could come from this act? Because if you're telling me that you didn't think a child could come from you having unprotected sex, I'm gonna call BS on it. Because you know when you lay down and you get it raw, and ooh baby, y'all like it raw, that a child can be made from this. And then when the guy turns out to suck, he's a bum, he doesn't have proper resources, he doesn't come around into the child's life, and you sing that same old, oh, he abandoned me song. Now you want society to say, baby doll, it ain't your fault. The guy sucked. He wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. He didn't stand up. He didn't be a real man and take care of his family. Well, he doesn't have a family if you're not married. He doesn't have a family if you're not committed in matrimony. You're just two people getting together making children. And now the rest of us are supposed to overlook the fact that you made a poor choice in who became the father of your children? We're supposed to be like, okay, you okay. The rest of us are foot the bill. Because you don't know how to vet? Because you're choosing men off atavistic standards and preferences?
Oh, hell
no, we ain't going for this. We're not buying it. We're not giving you a get out of jail free card. You laid up with this man, you made poor choices, you didn't vet him properly, now you have to deal with the circumstances. And let me say this, ladies, remember this, a child is a lifelong commitment. If you're not willing to stay committed to a man, marry a man, then produce offspring with this man so that y'all can have a productive life and your children can get a good footing when they go out in the world and become productive adults, then we don't want to hear this shit later on when you're talking about you wish you could choose who your baby fathers are. Because what it is, you don't want to take accountability for your poor choices. You're making poor choices. And at the end of the day, your poor choices are strangling the rest of us. We don't want the burden of taking care of your children. We don't want the burden of being robbed, mugged, killed, or whatever by your children. Marry first. Secure a man by proper vetting. Have babies. Take care of your babies. And be productive members of our community. You don't have to be rich or wealthy to be a productive member of this community. But what you do have to do is choose the right mate, choose the right husband, and choose the right father for your children. That's all I got tonight, man. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.